Thank you. And if I could come back to you, Mr. Loveridge, thank you for talking about all the work you're doing in terms of maintaining those grave sites. I think that's incredibly important. I'm just wondering, with this backlog, how long is it going to take to catch up? What are the ongoing concerns that you have moving forward? But the other part of this, and I've heard this from other folks, is how are we including young people in seeing and participating? Because I think of what is more meaningful than educating people by actually being there and understanding what it means when we talk about our history?
Both really good questions. So we're in year 3 of addressing the entire backlog across Canada for the Veterans Affairs grave markers. We're making great progress, particularly in Ontario. You know, we're getting them done and bringing up to a standard that I think anyone that would look at them would think was acceptable. So I think at the end of this period, it's good. What I would hate to see is us go back to where we get a backlog again. And so that's issues that we'll address going forward. On the young people thing, I think Carolyn's also talked a lot about the engagement program. And for us, it's the engagement program, we're calling it Eyes on, Hands on. And our plan is to start that program sometime 22, 23 in that time period, where we want to engage the youth. We want to engage the Legion. We want to engage, cadet corps. We want to do that kind of stuff. First of all, to help us maintain and care for and be eyes on to all of our markers across Canada, but also to use it as an educational opportunity for those groups to understand veterans. So that engagement and outreach is critical as we go forward, because our veterans from especially the First and Second World War are disappearing and disappearing quickly.
Well, thank you for that. And I really appreciate that. And I know I don't have a lot of time for a really meaningful next question, but I think that this is the important factors, that education, and often is those hand-on opportunities that help us pass on that knowledge. And so I really appreciate that you're doing that work. And I'll leave the rest of the few seconds I have to the next questioner. Thank you, Mr. Chair.